Ryan, Joshua Ryan, who made a lot of those runs through the middle in the last game against Turlockmore. Hand pass off to Evan. Lovely measured ball to his centre forward, Sean Gardner. Sean Gardner's on the 65-metre line, striking it away.
And you know, maybe a small bit more accuracy, and they're going to need that accuracy, like from distance, if they're going to.
Gets the ball inside to Sean Gardner. Gardner standing on the sideline. That'll be a good score if it goes over the bar.
Doing really, really well.
3 points to 2 then. Ardrahan lead that now.
Midfield, that type of midfielder now, joining attack, is a very valuable asset.
All the way across to Dara Coonan, steps inside his man, striking off the right. Love David Lee was 2 or 3 yards ahead of Gerard Ford for once, so David Lee striking off the left hand side to join in. Gavin Lee though is the man that receives this one. Gavin Lee from his own 65-metre line takes on the shot from out the country. Gavin Lee high and 7 points to 3. Keenan Fahy on the ball. Keenan Fahy getting away from Gavin Lee, striking in towards David Lee. Gets on the end of that. I think it was a puck out that went straight, did it? And David Lee puts it straight over Lee. Mark Kennedy swivels away from Cathal Walsh. Mark Kennedy off the right, striking in towards the goal. Francis O'Connor, the Ardrahan manager, also has Johnny Mullins as part of his backroom team this year. They're having a quick discussion to the opening half as the goalkeeper Christopher Callan goes long to his half forward line area. Keane Salmon had come out for that, allows it to break through, and suddenly Aaron Nyland is in. Now he has space here. Will he think about laying it in? He does into Evan, who rifles the ball to the back of the net. It's 10 minutes to the break. The score's gone out to 1-9 to 5 points as Gavin Lee has another super effort from out the field. Keane Salmon was moved out to the half forward line to good effect. Keane Salmon off the right strikes, and Keane Salmon puts it over the back. I think it was Liam Lean. Ardrahan still trying to get something out of this attack. Ian Linsky goes
at least.
Clarinbridge come again, 1-11 to 6 points the lead. Longer ball. Salmon has gone back into the edge of the square after the sword shore. Now the ball is broken again to Keane Salmon. A poor shot. Dunna saves it. Comes back to Aaron Nyland off the rebound. The free is to Ardrahan, and it is to Sean Gardner, and they just need to get a few scores to Aaron Nyland, who's come out to the half forward line, catches that ball ahead of Jack Burke. Aaron Nyland off the left, striking in towards goal. That's a super strike.
Pretty difficult, great strike from Keenan here.
Yeah, Keenan Fahy from out the field again, striking. Fahy goes, that's lost again, picked up easily by Dara Coonan into Evan. Enda was on the ground there. Ball breaks nicely to Evan Nyland, and Evan Nyland with lovely space swivels to extend the lead. Nyland strikes it off the left, puts it high, put it in Kenny Park and Nathan Wright. As Gardner stands over it, and Gardner goes long again with the puck out that has worked quite well with Evan Nyland coming, or Aaron Nyland coming out to the wing forward position. He turns, swivels, what a
steal without further doing damage.
An indication of the strength of the breeze that Evan Nyland has come back to take this free just outside his own. Imagine the early stage of the second half from Clarinbridge viewpoint. They just want to rubber stamp their dominance so far. Dara Coonan goes on a run, lays a lovely ball to Shane Ryan. He's oceans of space and finds the back of the net with consummate ease. Shane Ryan just into the ball game. Gives Clarinbridge a 3-16 to 10 point lead. Shane Ryan, who got that goal, striking this one high. He's the older brother of Joshua Ryan, and he's fairly
some of the things that we level in the past, like they wouldn't be as aggressive.
Donna takes that free down from Evan Island, and Mark Kennedy finishes. So then Sean Gardner with a much needed Keane Salmon out in front of Pierce McCran. Was back then to Evan Island, and Evan Island's 18 jersey. Yep. That'll mean a little bit of switching around of the
into Collins mix as well. Lochray.
Lovely flick there by Mark Kennedy from Gavin Lee's long ball, and Mark Kennedy, he'll do that. Much space inside the ball though, force them to head out towards the sideline from a standing position on the sideline. As the puck out is well found, well placed to lean forward. Lean forward goes long into his full forward line. Ian Linsky's in there. Ardrahan trailing by 20 to 13 points as Ian Linsky takes on Oisin Salmon. Good play by Linsky, gets inside and scores a lovely goal. In fairness, the big man.
He complements the rest of the forwards who are, have lots of pace. And
2-1 to 113 thus far. This free inside the 65-metre line, and he puts it high, puts it over the bar. But Dylan Dunn does very well. Former Galway under-20 player, a minor player, gets it out then to Shane Ryan. So nearly every one of this Clarinbridge team has appeared at some level of counter level. Mark Kennedy out in front of his man again. Cathal Welch bearing down a goal. Mark Kennedy is shot into the back of the net.
Enough said.
No, jeez, enough said is right. As Gavin Lee from out the country strikes it long and high, and Gavin Lee puts it over the bar.
Pressure, even. Yeah, so it comes down to the last game for some of these teams.
So then the 65 is converted.
Impressive hurling and well coached team, Clarinbridge.
Yep, as Evan Nyland straight to TJ Brennan. TJ Brennan out to Shane Ryan, who's in oceans of space. He picks out a crossfield ball looking for Mark Kennedy to knock it down to Joshua Ryan. Joshua Ryan swivels around his man, kicks the ball against the butt of the post into the net, and Josh Ryan gets this.
Was there only Joshua Ryan again?
Yeah, it kind of has shades of a challenge almost that has petered out, hasn't it, about it, as David Lee puts it over the bar again.
Hard work there, so really good score from David.
Keenan Fahey gone into centre half forward now, takes on Gavin Lee and goes well to guide that ball over the bar for the Ardrahan men. But then ball is robbed and off to Evan Nyland. Evan Nyland inside his own 65-metre line, standing on the sideline. Ball all the way over to Dylan Dunn, who's gets over, trots onto the ball, and Dylan added to 5:21 in their first game. 1:16 here for Ardrahan. As onto the ball is Keenan Fahey. Keenan Fahey from the centre forward channel puts it high.
Yeah, it's good to see that.
Good to see that, yeah, because he's had a lot of injuries, hasn't he, in that career?
Yeah, I'd just be concerned when good put the ball over the bar. Would you be concerned from obviously with that?
He has a chance now to get his name on the scores.
You know, what can you say? Clarinbridge is very efficient.
Yeah.
Ardrahan will probably point to that period.
That's one good sign for the game that he's back. Lovely flick out by Mark Kennedy to David Lee. David Lee